Hello everyone, this is Narendra representing Manvi Wealth Planners Private Limited. Ours is a financial advisory firm based out of Hyderabad and Vijayawada. Today we are doing a small presentation on the current market situations and how should people react in these kind of uncertainties. Let us start the presentation. So what an investor should do? In order to create successful wealth, investor has to buy when markets are low and they have to sell when markets are up. Contrary, what investors generally does, investors generally buy when markets are going up and they sell when markets are coming down. Is it a right strategy? Let us see. So whenever markets are very turbulent, it is highly advisable to stay calm. It is highly advisable to stay invested. So though they know they have invested for a long term and they have invested with a specific targets in their mind, why people generally get panic in these kind of situations? The most important reason why people generally get panic in these kind of market situations is they involve emotions while investing. Whenever they involve emotions, there is a fear which comes out of their mind and that makes them to take wrong decisions. There is a famous saying in a Hindi movie, जो डर गया समझो मर गया, means whoever react in these market conditions, they may not make good wealth if they react. So why investors sell? Because of fear. The reason why investors sell during market corrections is fear. Why? The reason why people become more fearful is because of our brain. The primary job of our mind is survival mechanism. It tries to survive. It tries people to survive from that situation. Let us see. If there is a threat in front of us, we have two options: either to fight or to fly from the situation. So whether to fight in the situation or to go out of the situation is purely in the hands of investors. In this scenario, like if we correlate this with the markets, when the market falls, we have two options here: either to stay invested or to go out of the market. If we stay invested, we may see a temporary loss in our portfolios, but if we get out of the markets, then we are making temporary loss to permanent loss. Let us see what does this mean. So the general definition of threat is it's a state of an intention to inflict pain, injury, damage or other hostile action on someone in retribution for something done or not done. So in simple, pain is nothing but threat. So when we see the percentage of returns coming down in our portfolio, means whenever we see our portfolio becoming red or negative, it gives a signal to the brain that something wrong is happening in our portfolio. So that creates to pain and we tend to take action, and when we tend to become emotional and we tend to take action. So most of the people, they try to get away of the situation. So what is the right way? Why one should not sell during the fear? Let us see some interesting insights. So why you should not fear? Why as an investor you should not fear when markets are correcting? Every time whenever we invest into equity markets, we have to remember one example. Investing into equity markets is like riding a roller coaster. So whoever enters into the roller coaster ride, they see ups and downs. When the coaster goes up, we feel more excited. When it comes down, when it is falling down, we get more scared. So how can we correlate with this equity markets? Let us see how can we correlate with an example. So during our roller coaster ride, we will be secured with a buckle, and we also know how to come out, remove that buckle and come out of the ride, right? So during the journey, when we coming down from top, we feel much scary. So in that situation also we have an opportunity to take out of the buckle and to come out of the ride. But do we do that? No, right? Because we, if we take that action, we may suffer injuries or we may suffer our life as well. So likewise, during the investments, when you find a turbulent time, it is not a right decision to come out of the investment journey. You have to stay calm and you have to stay invested. Now I'll take you through an example which explains is this market corrections are normal, or do we have any such market corrections happened earlier? Let us see this. So now I have taken a graphical representation of Sensex from 2003 to 2007 ending. Means it is an almost a 7-year journey. It is a 6-year journey where it is one of the largest bull rally in an equity market. When I say bull rally, it is nothing but the market keeps on growing from 2,500 level to 18,000 level. So even in this rally, even in this growth from 2,500 to 18,000 level, markets have seen many significant corrections. If you see this chart in detail, in 2004 there is a correction of 24%, in 2005 there is a correction of 9%, in 2005 there is a correction of 6%, in 2006 August there is a correction of 26%, in 2007 April there is a correction of 14%, and even in the same year there is another correction of 9%. So if you see, there are many number of corrections which have happened even in a bull cycle, bull rally. So here you have to remember one thing: corrections are temporary, growth is permanent. So corrections are pretty normal in equity market. So 3 things you cannot predict while investing in an equity market, and you should never ever ask these 3 questions to anyone. Though even if you ask them, you will not get the accurate answer for it. The reason is, even no one knows what the market move would be in the next level. So let us see the 3 things which one cannot predict. When shall market correct? How much will market correct? How long will it take to recover? So these are $3 million questions where no one can answer it. So only thing which can be predicted is correction is temporary, growth is permanent. Again I'm repeating, corrections are temporary, growth is permanent. Let us see the different market corrections which have happened in the last 25 years, last 30 years of the Sensex journey. In 1992, there was a scam happened in the equity market. It was famously known as Harshad Mehta scam or Harshad Mehta era. During that era, Sensex has fell by 54% from its high in 1 year. After that fall, there is even the steep recovery happened, which means 127% return was delivered by the Sensex in next 1.5 year. And let us see few more. In 1996, there is a crisis called Asian crisis. During that crisis, Sensex again corrected by 40% in 4-year span. After that correction happened, the market started recovering to 115% in 1 year alone. So again I'm repeating, corrections are temporary, growth is permanent. During 2000, most of us might remember this. We used to call it as the Y2K problem, or it is also called as a tech bubble. During that crisis, Sensex fell by 56% in 1.5 year span. After that correction, Sensex recovered by 138% in next 2.5 years. During 2008, Lehman Brothers crisis, and we also call it as subprime crisis, and most of the people lost their IT jobs across the country, across the globe. So during that time, Sensex fell by 61% in 1 year. After that correction, again markets recovered by 157% in absolute terms in 1.5 year span. So during 2010, again Sensex corrected by 28% in 1 year, and the recovery is 93% in next 3 years. during 2020. Now, Sensex corrected by 30% in less than a year, whereas in most of the indices, other indices have corrected even more. Let us see, as we know pretty well that Sensex is a large cap index. If we see the mid cap and the small cap indices, mid caps corrected by nearly 35 to 40%, and small caps corrected by 40 to 50% also. And we don't know when this recovery starts during the time. And believe me, when recovery starts, when the market takes U-turn, there are equal chances that markets recover in a steep way. You may see very good returns, whoever stay invested. And the main reason why people should stay invested, or if possible, if they have a surplus money in their accounts, it is a right time to invest into equity market as well. The reason is the valuations are very cheap and very attractive. Here I have taken one such ratio, which we call it as market capitalization to GDP ratio. Technically, the stock market capitalization to GDP ratio is a ratio which determines whether the overall market is overvalued or undervalued with comparatively historical average. So if you see the numbers here, it shows the current market levels are very attractive to invest. And if we correlate with this equity mutual fund schemes, and here I have taken an SIP example, and most of the customers of ours are SIP investors as well. So they do have fear in their mind why the SIPs are also not performing, why the returns are also not there in SIP. So I've taken one such scenario in the past, and I've correlated with this in the current market. So in 2008 market fall, people who ever started a 10,000 rupee SIP, after committing for 15 months, their 1,50,000 rupees investment has gone to negative. This is not with 1, 2, 3, 4 schemes, it is across all the mutual fund schemes. If you see the profit and loss column here, the entire almost all the funds value are at negative. So if people tend to take action here, what they do, either they stop their SIP or they'll redeem their investment. But what actually have to be done is you have to stay invested. The reason why you have to stay invested is corrections are temporary, growth is permanent. Let me continue this example. So people who continued their investment for next 2-year period, means the 15 months installments have become 36 months, means 3-year period, over a period of 3 years. Though we have a significant correction in first 15 months, see the end result of the portfolios. Most of the portfolios have delivered more than 20%, 25%, 18%. If you see the last column here now, most of the portfolios, almost all the portfolios have delivered very significant return here. So to conclude, what we wish to convey is keep investing during corrections, and if possible at every significant correction it is time to buy. And remember, do not disturb your emergency fund. Over and above your emergency fund of 3 months of expenses, only that amount has to be invested into the equity markets. Please subscribe us for personal finance related information and updates. Thank you.